Three.
Hello, and welcome back to the Untitled Podcast. I'm your host, Alexander, and these are my fellow co-hosts.
What it do, baby boo? It's Miss Edgelord coming at ya in a bright-ass room.
Your room is dumb bright right now. Is that the sun?
Yes.
That's the sun.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm Sir Lionheart. Today I'm Brendan Morgan because I'm on my phone and I haven't changed the nickname yet because I haven't touched this phone app in who knows how long. My laptop decided it wanted to be an asshole. So here we are.
It's Jovan, the Thunder nerd on everywhere. I'm distracted because I'm playing a game right now. Don't worry, I won't be waiting right here, guys.
As long as
There
you
we go.
it's not going to be an issue.
There we go. I did the thing.
You might hear some death in the background, but
Honey.
not my death.
It's your
Death? Did somebody say death?
You sound a little too hype about talking about death, and I'm going to need you to
Are you
cease.
surprised?
Do
No.
you remember the last word that pulled our attention into a random conversation?
Bondage. But no, my need for you to cease has not halted at all. I still need you to cease.
All right, other two, y'all want to say your hi?
It's your boy, the real deal, Eric Steele. Looking forward to the show as always. I'm not fucking talking to you. And can't
Don
wait to get...
Javelli fashionably black as always.
Your camera's not on, Shakur.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I assumed he had it off on purpose.
The reason why are so pretty much going back to what we usually were doing, which is talking about movie news throughout pretty much the months, I guess. With
What's up,
everything.
Gotham?
So, reason why Gotham is here is apparently the Batman, which with Robert Pattinson, the one that hasn't even been released yet, is getting a spin-off titled Gotham PD for HBO Max. And I'm thinking,
Movie hasn't even come out yet.
Gotham again?
Gotham 2.0, better have Batman.
I don't know what the show was about. I just know
Don't
that
start. You already know why Batman wasn't in the original Gotham. Don't start.
But yeah, I just think that why are y'all announcing this? The movie hasn't even come out yet. We don't know how
They're
people
being
are gonna
ambitious.
read this movie. But that's just Warner Brothers once again going a little bit too far instead of just waiting and see how critics and the audience reacts to their product first before just jumping like, oh, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. I'm like, guys, just wait and see how the Batman is received.
As per usual. 'Cause
God
you know
damn
how
it!
Hollywood be.
Stop drawing.
Okay, I'll get rid of it. I can't. I'm sorry.
Like we all know you love Superman more than Batman. It's
Do whatever it takes to get your art spark back. Don't let it stop you.
So what are y'all thoughts on this?
I think it's a stupid decision. This is how DC keeps digging himself in a hole. They keep making ambitious plans and trying to go through with them before anything can actually be set in stone.
Listen. This is DC, okay? DC's in a boat, okay? The boat has a small leak that can be easily fixed.
He's in the fucking Titanic.
Did
You
you
want
see
to
just
jump ship
small leak?
without
He's in the
fixing
fucking
the leak.
Titanic. The hell are
Nothing
you
is
talking
thinking. Nothing
Small
is
leak?
thinking.
Look,
Gee,
Sabrina,
only 3 of their movies are actually good.
Sabrina, I respect your faith. It's very good faith. I respect it. When it comes to DC TV, all right, I got a little bit more faith on their DC TV and their
Movies,
animated
no.
stuff. And their animated stuff has always been good. Like, I can't think of a bad DC animated anything that was actually bad. But they movies been shaky as shit. Like, everything that has come out after The Dark Knight Rises, give or take like 3 things, has been shaky as all hell. Even the stuff that a lot of people are saying is good is still so divided financially and critically. It's like, how about you figure out how to do your Batman right? Since apparently you can't seem to figure out how to do that right, even when you do it right. I don't know how you.
And there's a lot of Batman stuff on this. Well, not a lot, but like, he's been in the news.
Like, that's like coming into the class, having studied the syllabus, got 100% on the practice test, but then still somehow get a 49 on the actual test. That's exactly what DC been doing for years. You know how many Batman movies they have that were good? How many Batman movies they have that were great? And you still somehow keep fucking it up.
It's kind of like, I don't know how this show is gonna go. I think it's a good idea to have it on HBO Max, but like, you guys just had a show called Gotham on Fox that ran.
Would have been great if they put it on the DC-centric streaming service, but it's whatever.
That thing is dying. They're moving all of their stuff to HBO Max.
That's the problem.
Ship.
Listen,
Well, maybe
it's
I'll
arguably harder to abandon a sinking ship than to sit there and drown.
But they can fix it. I feel like they can fix it.
They can fix it. They just have to get the right people on board to fix it.
And since they're laying off a good chunk of their employees, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Like, for real, Chibi, when it comes to the DC brand as a whole, especially in terms of their movies, they've had more than ample opportunities to fix things on multiple occasions. But they keep fucking it up.
Well,
Even
how this goes. So,
do we know if it's
Chucky!
huh?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Chibi's excited.
The Chucky TV series is happening on Sci-Fi. So,
Oh,
I
Sci-Fi
know-
gotta fuck that shit up.
I know, according to you, you're a big Chucky fan, so.
And you trust DC, and you trust DC to make a Batman make a spin-off show about a movie they didn't even drop yet?
But yeah, I knew
Your
Chucky
is a
and
weird
Chucky
delay.
were, like, big Chucky fans, so I figured, oh well, maybe they'll watch.
Wait, it already happened?
No, this is like their
Wow.
tease for it or whatever.
When does the show take place?
I'm guessing. Oh, I don't really know Chucky's lore like that, so.
He's a serial killer who jumped into a doll to avoid arrest.
It's supposed to be a follow-up of the most recent movie.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So,
The lore of the new movie.
meaning that Chucky can be in several dolls at once.
Oh Lord.
All right, that can actually be really creative. Like, that could be.
And he now has a human host that only coincidentally looks like him.
There it is. A human host, an actual threat. I can actually find this threatening.
They need to bring back Tiffany. I need my Tiffany.
No, they do not. No, they do
I
not.
actually saw that one, and
Bride was fun. Seed was hot trash, but Bride was fun.
Bride is my favorite.
unfortunately, I saw Seed, and
I could never.
no.
I could never come out. I could never come out my mouth and say Bride is even in the top 5.
That's because they started moving away from the horror stuff and more to the spoofy stuff, and it was weird. Like, that's not... I'm not even a giant Chucky fan, and I thought that was like, why would you do this?
Nobody wanted to see you all have sex.
Never in my life did I ever need to see or hear about that.
Just
Like, I don't-
Drive because of Jennifer Tilly.
Then watch another movie with Jennifer Tilly in it.
You can watch Monsters Inc.
She's in it?
You can watch
Yeah,
Speed and
she's Celia.
Oh,
You can
shit,
watch
I
that-
didn't know that.
you can watch that movie that she referenced in Seed where she got fingered by Gina Gershon.
I
is
don't
the
know
world we
about
live
all
in.
that now.
All right.
This is the world we live in, y'all.
Yep. So
You can watch
Christopher
almost any
Nolan's-
episode of Family Guy.
Right. So Christopher Nolan's Tenet got put on hold indefinitely, which I knew was going to happen. And literally, I'm like, Chris, I understand that you want your movie to come out in theaters, and I understand you get a huge pay check from this, but I'm going to need you to chill. This movie is not coming out because people are stupid, and they're not going to, and they're not listening to God.
Okay.
Yes, this movie's release date was moved a lot, and they kept pushing it a week ahead, and then it just kept getting moved due to coronavirus, and then Warner Brothers was like, fuck it, we're just gonna put this movie on hold, like, indefinitely. And I'm like, good, you should, because as much as I want to see this movie, because Christopher Nolan is great, I'm just not. I just think that the best thing for Warner Brothers to do is just put it on hold until America gets their shit together. And we don't know when that's going to be because Americans are Americans. So,
Like, we're never seeing this movie. Is why
because Warner Brothers, they're not going to
Fuck.
put it. They're not going to put it on streaming. They're not going to do that because it's a Christopher Nolan movie, and they put too much money into it. And apparently, Christopher Nolan is going to make even more money from this movie coming out. Not like the average what a director would make. Like, he's making bank with this movie, so that's why he's trying. I believe that's why he was trying to get it out to see it in theaters, and because he believes that watching movies in theaters is the best experience to see, which I agree with him on that. But until America can come up with an alternative to watching movies on the big screen, like drive-in movie theaters, they should come back. Movies are just going to keep getting pushed and moved to either 2021 or 2022.
they're going to die slowly, painfully.
Movie theaters are going to go out of business anyway. Nobody want to be spending like $10 on some popcorn.
Or
Real
15 cent tickets that AMC is trying to push. I'm like, guys, I don't care how much these tickets cost. I'm not going to the theater.
Talk about being desperate.
Listen, 15-cent tickets is clean, but I'm also going to want munchies, and then that's going to cost me my soul, and I'm not doing it.
It's sad that I can't see this movie in theaters. It is what it is. Hopefully, I can see it soon. But who knows? They'll probably charge me $30, just like freaking Disney is with Mulan. And if they do it with Black Widow, I'm gonna freaking kill someone.
You're so upset.
You better
about
not be renting it for a showing. It best the fuck be to own.
No, that's most likely a rent.
I'm
It's
really
just-
upset.
they'll
that
probably
they
make it to
might
rent.
Charge me $30.
See, they probably will make it. They'll probably do the most I can see them doing is going the YouTube route. Well, they'll give you two separate prices, one to rent and one to own, and the own is going to be ridiculously high, but people are still going to do it.
I would see how cheap I am. I will rent Black Widow and watch it as many times as I can. Watching it depends on the price, because like if they charge like they're
If they're charging 30
both,
both,
they're gonna
No, that's going to be 30 to rent, 50 to buy.
if
That's
they're
what I'm
charging,
looking at.
What did you say, bro?
I said that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
30 to rent, 50 to buy.
We fucking.
That sounds like That sounds like Disney.
Disney fucking assholes.
got me this, that, and the third fucked up.
Not
Yo,
the
everybody
beautiful
back in the-
animation companies. The corporate side, you guys suck. I understand you gotta make a profit, but like it's not like Disney's gonna be losing a shit ton of money. I mean, they are gonna be losing money, but like they're Disney, they'll be fine. Like they made so much money last year.
Listen, I hate this, and I don't want to be that guy. But you know how mad niggas is gonna be spending $30 on a movie, and I doubt this. But you know how mad niggas are gonna be spending $30 on a movie they don't know the quality of? What if Black Widow ends up being trash?
And I'd cry. I would cry.
I mean,
Like,
it's unlikely. It's unlikely.
But look at Captain Marvel.
The only
Like
person
Captain
here
Marvel.
that thinks that movie was trash was you. Anyway,
I liked Captain Marvel.
See, but here's the thing. Eric still has a
Homeboy,
good
are you
point.
in this fucking conversation?
Eric does have a point. Like, while I don't think Captain Marvel is trash, I also don't think that Captain Marvel is $30 quality. Like, what if I end up spending $30 on something of like a lower MC quality? Like, would you spend $30 on a movie that's like Iron Man 2 or Thor: Dark World quality?
I don't know.
And then what if Black Widow ends up being that because we know nothing about this damn movie?
Literally, all we have are like, what, 2 trailers that were released?
2 trailers, and trailers have a lot of the same clips.
Well, we'll see what they do. They moved it to November. I doubt it's even coming out in November. Like at all. Like all the movies that they moved to like November, December, they're not coming out. Unless this country proves to me that they can actually get their shit together by then, which I have not seen. Which I have not seen.
Oh,
Wishful thinking.
now we have indoor dining.
Indoor dining.
Yeah.
As in like in your house dining or like in the
No.
You're allowed to go back to the restaurants.
Inside the restaurant dining. Let's see how long it takes for these assholes to get sick again.
Schools were opened up again for like 3 days, and like thousands of kids got sent home with coronavirus.
Of course they did,
did.
because kids are some of the most unruly, nasty little bastards on the planet.
You really
These are
think
the same.
like you
These are
really
the
think
same people in the age range that think it's okay to pick your nose and then put your boogies on somebody else's seat, and you trusting them in school to not
wear a
catch
mask?
something?
To wear a mask and to stay socially distant? Are you kidding me? That was
You're gonna send your kid. You're gonna send your kid to school in a SpongeBob mask and come home in a Spider-Man mask that he traded with his best friend at lunch.
Did you just say kids are smarter than that?
Like, I already knew this country was like our politicians were dumb, but when they decided to like open up schools, I'm like, have y'all lost your fucking minds? Like you
little kids, little kids especially.
like you know how hard it is to explain to a little kid that we're under a pandemic, for them to understand it, that you wearing a mask is important, and that there's certain things that you were able to do last year that you can't do this year because of getting sick. Like you have to sit them down and explain that to them where they can understand it and be and able to wear a mask, social distance, and all that. And you're gonna send a shit ton of these kids back to school who still don't understand the severity of this pandemic.
Be sharing each other's chicken.
Look, little kids are nasty and stupid, especially little boys. Little boys will take somebody's mask, fart in it, and then give it back and not say anything.
Oh no.
That sounds like some you
I'm
type
just
shit.
happy that
I would
we
never
didn't
do
have
that.
to go
I
through
just
this
know
experience.
little kids, especially little boys, are nasty shit.
That
That
we
sounds
all
like some
had
you
a
type shit, B.
normal.
children are demons.
For real, Eric, that sounds like some shit you would do just to piss
No,
somebody off.
That's too nasty.
All right, let's move on from.
That's like this Australian motherfucker right here. Disgusting.
No.
Disgusting and useless.
All right,
Bullshit.
so Marvel Studios reportedly has plans
Illuminati.
for the Illuminati.
Yeah.
So
I just saw the people here, and I already knew it's the Illuminati. Too bad Black Bolt was trash.
Black Bolt was trash, and Professor X don't exist yet in the MCU.
And Iron Man's dead.
and Iron
Neither
Man.
does Reed
And Iron
Richards.
Man.
And Tony's dead. How you gonna do the Illuminati? The only people here that they could probably actually use is friggin'. Well, yeah, Black Bolt was garbage. Doctor Strange and Namor don't exist.
Black
And
Bolt,
Mr. Fantastic.
Black Bolt himself wasn't trash. It's just the show that he was in was pretty fucking terrible.
They could just recap. They can just
The
redo
entirety.
the whole
Okay, so like you remember how we were talking about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I said like you gotta make it through the first half of season 1 before it starts getting good? There is no like rewatching Inhumans. There isn't a real good point or a real part where things start getting good. The thing that still pisses me off is that they cut Medusa's hair. You know how hard it is to cut that woman's hair? You know how hard it is to cut that woman's hair and it stays cut?
Accident.
You drawing on the screen again, Brendan?
It was an accident that time. I was
Give
tempted.
Professor X some hair.
See, I wasn't gonna do that. I was tempted, but then I stopped.
Give Charles some hair.
Nah,
Give him a
this
mustache.
is gonna bother me.
I mean,
This is gonna bother me.
wait, wait.
This is gonna bother me.
You know what? Fine, just
The Illuminati eyeball.
This is gonna bother me.
But at this point, anything Marvel announces, I'm looking forward to it because they've earned it, at least for me.
For real, looking at the Illuminati, not just its members, there's not, like, the Illuminati has a lot of members. Like, Black Panther's a member of the Illuminati, so they could use Chadwick. They could recast Black Bolt, like Autumn said. Doctor Strange is already here. And
They
there are a bunch of
also
people.
don't have to.
They're going to. They're most likely going to recast.
Honestly, there's a part of me that would really prefer, I know they're gonna, but there's honestly a big part of me that would prefer if they didn't, just because one of the biggest stories that the Illuminati is involved in, they've already used / fucked up.
But to be fair, like, how many people were actually watching the Inhumans, like, when it aired? Because they can actually get away with that.
I watched the Inhumans when it aired because, like, I was already watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I like how they handled Inhumans in the show. I was curious to how see how they'd handle the royal family, and I was.
Enough people watched it and didn't watch it for it to get canceled.
Enough people watched it and saw it was bad. Enough people didn't watch it. So,
But
yeah, it was kind of that bad.
The World War Hulk storyline is one of the biggest storylines that the Illuminati was involved in, and literally 3 of the major members are all. We have Doctor Strange, but Tony Stark is dead. Reed Richards isn't in the MCU yet, and Black Bolt been canceled. So I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it. They can. They could also just do the MCU thing where members of the Illuminati are just overall different. Like, it just might not be the same members at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for all we know, they could introduce like Hank Pym into the Illuminati or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, whatever Marvel does, I'm sure they're going to do it for a reason. And, you know, Tony Stark is dead, so they can't use him. But, you know, they can find an alternative. Like, they can use another air character to take his place.
I think Disney can legally use the X-Men in 2021. So Professor X could be in it.
Be there. If anything, I would have just never used the Illuminati to begin with, just because a lot of their storylines by this point in the MCU have already been over and done, or some of their best materials already been over and done. And on top of that, the Illuminati as a group has members rotate in and out so often, so many damn times. It's like, what's the point? Like, Captain America and Iron Man were both members of the Illuminati and then dipped like damn near minutes later. And Black Panther been in and out of the Illuminati so many damn times.
Well, we'll see what Marvel does. I'm sure they'll figure out how to do something. But this has not been confirmed. It's just they might have plans for it, but we'll see. All right, so we got our first look at the SpongeBob spinoff Camp Coral,
Disrespectful.
because that's
Still
what
not
they
watching
needed.
it.
Because
Disrespectful. We do not stand.
Hot
yeah,
doo-doo
exactly,
water.
pretty much.
Did I say hot doo-doo water? I meant hot dookie water, my dude. No.
Disrespectful. We do not stand.
Like, everything about this is disgusting. Like, high key.
It honestly is. I'm just like, wow,
They
Nickelodeon.
really waited for him to be dead to make a spinoff, though.
Or just not do it at all. Just don't do it. Like, what do you need a spinoff for? SpongeBob is still going.
Money.
They're still making episodes.
Money.
Making the spinoffs is what will kill the show.
It's about that bread. That's it.
But they're already making the bread with SpongeBob still airing new episodes.
They need
Well,
some
that's
more. They got a bag, but they need them some more.
They
want
need
that
to drink some olive oil.
Dude,
They want that.
Like,
is Nickelodeon struggling? Are they struggling financially? Because I don't
They're not, but that doesn't matter.
They want more money.
They want more money.
They want that bumper.
I got a bag, but I need me some more.
You need to focus on getting a victory. I think
That's
it's corrupt.
literally.
Hey.
That's literally every major company doing anything ever.
Got a bag,
They
but I
need-
need some more.
What's that? Bread. We can get more. Say less.
Ugh,
They want
hate it.
money and they want power.
See, but at the same time, you got to recognize that the more money they have, the more freedom they have, and there's more stuff that they can do with the more money they have, and blah, 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 blah. It's a big financial circle.
You think that, right? At least with Nickelodeon, because they keep producing all these trash live-action shows that don't really last that long. And all the animation they have, like, the Harvey Beak situation. Like, I didn't even know that show even existed, and I heard that they treated the creator like garbage. He found out his show got canceled on Twitter.
What?
He was the same guy.
Yeah, he didn't even know about it until after it already happened.
Like
he
y'all
didn't even
have
know
the
his show
decency
got
to even
canceled
tell
after
him, to even email him to let him know that you canceled his show. He had to find out on Twitter. Like, what?
How do you feel about the show being canceled, sir? My show got canceled?
Like, that's terrible.
My show got canceled? Nani?
Donnie, that's not.
Like, if you're not SpongeBob, if you don't have, like, which I can understand because SpongeBob is SpongeBob and they make the studio a lot of money. I get it. But, like, what about your other shows that other people love as well? And once
If you're not making me SpongeBob numbers, get the fuck out of my face. That's what Nickelodeon basically says.
the only show that Nickelodeon is showing some love to right now, due to nostalgia and it being on Netflix, is Avatar. But it's not like they're making new episodes of Avatar besides the live action. But we will get to that soon.
I mean,
To be fair, Nickelodeon ain't even really giving that show love. Netflix and the fans of the show are giving it love. Nickelodeon is just kind of like, yeah,
But they're just
keep liking that old shit.
But
although
Keep
now,
liking that old
It's like
shit.
Disney sitting back. It's like Disney sitting back and watching people spend all that money trying to make Avengers Endgame earn more money at the box office than Avatar. When Disney.
movie.
and now downside, Cora's now back in the public consciousness, and I'm just not. Oh God, I'm scared.
You were
we don't
shite.
talk about that. We don't that. So yeah, Camp Coral, it's a thing. It's happening. Apparently, it's being moved. It's being moved to CBS All Access. So it's not even gonna be airing on Nickelodeon.
Good, so I can completely ignore it.
Yes.
We should be ignoring it anyway, but that's a better way.
You were shite.
It's like,
I mean, I definitely was going to completely ignore it anyway, but now it's on a streaming service that I have no interest in buying, so
Look, we already.
it'll never
saw
even
the
cross
video.
my eyes.
We already saw what CBS did to Supergirl. We know that they're not the best with decision making. So.
All right. So apparently, Dave Franco, James Franco's little brother, is going to be playing Vanilla Ice in a biopic.
Whoa.
Let's go. Let's go. It's gonna be fucking hilarious.
If they pull a whole the disaster artist type of route, I'm in. I will watch this movie if it's like the disaster artist, but besides that, I don't really care about Vanilla Ice. I mean, good for him that he's getting his story out there, but like, and I think Dave Franco is a good casting because he looks just like the man. And I like Dave Franco, so sure, if it's good, I'll if I see a trailer and it looks interesting and it has that disaster artist vibes, I'll watch it.
You are horrible.
I never heard of this. I don't got any thoughts on this.
You are horrible. I'm really not
Good,
interested.
Brendan?
You good, Brendan?
So, of all the people on this planet, of all the people, of all the artists on this planet that we could have a biopic on in development in the year 2020,
Of all the white artists
of all
that
the
they
white,
could have did if they needed to give a white artist a movie.
you telling me a bunch of people sat in a room together discussing this and said, you know what?
Doom, 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 doom,
Vanilla Ice. That's what the kids in 2020 want to fucking watch a movie about. Are y'all serious?
Who gives a third of a shit about? Who gives a
Somebody's upset
third
with
of
the
a shit
casting.
about Vanilla Ice after Ice Ice Baby?
What time you working
I'm not even upset about the casting. The casting is arguably perfect for what they're trying to do. But who asked about a Vanilla Ice movie? Who wanted this? Do y'all remember the last time Vanilla Ice got his own movie? It was dumb as dog shit.
He had a movie?
He made an appearance.
Exactly my point.
Wait, he actually had a movie, like a whole movie.
It's a movie called Cool as Ice, and he was the main character. Like, it was based. You know how artists in like the late 90s, early 2000s always had like their own movie that was basically just glorified advertisement for the person?
Like you know, shit like Class Act
Yeah, Vanilla Ice.
and House Party.
Exactly. Vanilla Ice movie called Cool as Ice. It was dumb as fuck.
Yeah, I expect something like that to be dumb as fuck.
And that's the whole. People barely liked Vanilla Ice when he was relevant. Why do we want a movie about this man in 2020? The biggest impact Vanilla Ice had on my life in any form was a rap he did in a Ninja Turtles movie. I don't care about this.
Go Ninja. Like, I should not know that, but I do.
You know it because you know about the Ninja Turtles. You know about the Turtles. You didn't give a fuck about Vanilla Ice.
No, I don't give a fuck about Vanilla Ice. But like I said, if they go the disaster artist route, where they take a man who is ultimately a joke, like Tommy Wiseau, and they make me sympathize with Tommy Wiseau, well, with Vanilla Ice, and try to understand what he was going through in his life or whatever, then fine, cool, I'll watch it. I
just wanted to be funny.
I don't know how they go and make Vanilla Ice look like less of a dickhead, but
I just wanted to be funny.
If they make it work, more power to them. Why? Why? What?
I feel like there's a movie biopic like every year. Like, I don't know. I like musical biopics, but like, I don't know. It just depends on how it's done.
See, but this scares me. Because now if they do this musical biopic with Vanilla Ice and it's really successful, they gonna start thinking that literally any artist is on the table. I don't want a random biopic about that one bitch that did Call Me Baby. I can't sit through an hour and a half of them doing a biopic about this girl singing Call Me Baby. I can't.
You never know nowadays. Who you get.
My issue is if it does successful, Vanilla Ice gonna think he can make a comeback tour, and that's just not something I want to see.
There's a part of me that really does and really doesn't want a 2020 remix of Go Ninja Go. I really don't. Part of me is like, no, leave that in the past. And part of me is like, well.
See, I would leave that in the 90s where it's supposed to be.
Like Vanilla Ice as a whole. His goofy ass should have stayed in the 90s.
All right, let's move on.
Lost mate. And
So, Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson are teaming up for an animated comedy series called, now bear with me, I'm going to try to say this the best I can. Butha Muka for Quibi. It's called Butha Muka.
So
F
motherfucker.
So mother
in reverse.
reverse.
That's perfection. I need this yesterday.
As an animated series,
Yes.
it's just the Hitman's Bodyguard as a cartoon.
This sounds perfection. I need this yesterday.
I would watch this.
It's gonna be on Quibi. So if you're willing to get Quibi,
How much is Quibi?
It's Quibi.
Can I have 10?
that freaking streaming service that came out of nowhere that isn't really doing that well because
Nobody gives a shit.
exactly
Is that
like
the one that had the weird series that I saw? Is that the one with the weird series that I saw on a YouTube ad where a woman's husband was kind of cheating on her with the sex doll that came to life?
yes, that's it. That's it.
I thought Quibi was a kids channel.
No, Quibi is an app.
Quibi is that app.
You're
with
thinking
an
of
app.
Cubo good thing.
It's an app that all
Kubo
these
is a kids
celebrities.
channel.
It's an app that all these celebrities have invested in, like Kevin Hart, Anna Kendrick, these two. All these celebrities have invested in this app, and I'm like, guys, this app isn't gonna fail. Like, the fact that y'all didn't know what Quibi is just proved my fucking point.
Nobody gives a fuck about Quibi, yo. No, nobody
I want to
cares about
download Quibi just to watch this show. I will find some other way to watch it online.
I watch it on Kim Cartoon.
illegal channel.
Until it dies. Hashtag
No.
kiss anime.
Oh my god, they're gonna go off the Kiss Cartoon next.
Oh.
I never used either of those websites for my cartoons, so I'm goofy.
Definitely support the official release if possible. But like, if you physically can't,
hold up, do y'all even have TV?
within a reasonable means.
But yeah, this project sounds interesting. I love when these two are working together, and I want them to continue working together with everything. Like,
I just don't give a
work
half
together.
of a shit about QB.
Exactly.
Or whatever the fuck.
Like, it's kind of
called.
sad. I wish they would have went to Netflix or Hulu or hell, even freaking not YouTube because I'm not paying for the stupid YouTube bread. But yeah, I would rather them use those streaming services than a streaming service that no one really cares about.
I'd rather them stop fucking around and give you my Nick Fury Deadpool movie.
Where's my Deadpool 3?
But you already got Deadpool 3.
What?
That was definitely Hitman's Bodyguard.
I ain't watching Hitman's Bodyguard.
You should
See,
watch it.
that was Deadpool
It's
3.
legit.
And then
The
Deadpool
Hitman's Bodyguard is
Once Upon a
legit what you
Deadpool.
get with Deadpool and Nick Fury. Only Fury is the morally bad guy.
I can see
Look,
that.
well, you say that like Fury isn't already a dick.
Yeah, but in the Hitman's Bodyguard, Deadpool was the cop.
We got
Fury was the
Hitman's
hitman.
Bodyguard. We got Hitman's Bodyguard, which is Deadpool 3. And then we got Once Upon a Deadpool, which is Deadpool 4.
I didn't watch Once Upon a Deadpool.
And I never will.
Nobody did.
Nobody watched Once Upon a Deadpool.
They made that because parents kept bitching about their kid, them wanting their kids to watch the R-rated superhero movie.
They can just wait until their kids get older. It's not like it's going anywhere.
What's the advertisement for Once Upon a Deadpool was shit. Like,
It really was.
Like, nobody knew about this movie until it came out. That was so bad.
Yeah. All right, moving on. So,
I don't watch the show.
Empire is getting a spin-off featuring
Brendan, you
Cookie.
good?
Why?
Cookie. Cookie Lying is getting her own show. So,
Well,
yeah.
It's funny. I was actually talking about this with one of my coworkers because he brought it up and he asked if I was going to watch it. I said, bro, I already said I wasn't going to watch dumb niggas do dumb nigga shit on the actual show. So why would I watch the spinoff?
Who asked
Exactly.
for this?
Like, I have not watched Empire since season 4.
Disney.
And I fell off around that time. Like, that's why I literally, like, I think the last time I watched Empire was when I was still at AI. Hang on.
Classic.
Finale was deep sauce.
Our
I
host,
don't watch this show. I don't care for this show.
but
It didn't get a
Am I
proper.
the only one in the house right now? I'll check later.
But see, my thing is with Empire. All right, so with Empire or any spinoff for that matter, my whole headspace when it comes to any spinoff of any kind is the simple fact that if you're doing it and you know for a fact that the main character is not strong enough to carry a whole show on their own, these side characters just better be great. Like, that's my mentality with any spinoff of any kind from anything. If the side characters aren't great working with this other side character that you know isn't strong enough to carry the show on their own, it's tough from Jump Street. Like, it was literally set up to fail. And Cookie, while Cookie is one of the strongest characters in the show, character-wise,
She's not the one that's carrying a whole show.
She's not strong enough to carry a whole show. She's just not.
I mean, honestly, for me, she was kind of like the one who kept bringing me in. Like, I understand that Lucius was the main character, I guess. But to me, he never seemed like the main character. I don't know if it was Terrence Howard's performance that it didn't, like, grip me like Taraji. Every time Taraji just stepped on the screen, I'm just like, she has my attention. And, yeah, I just think that will I watch it? No, because I don't even know how the show even ended. And I fell off this show, so I'm pretty sure I'm not going to watch the spinoff. But, like, I can understand if all the characters are their own spinoff, I can understand why she would be the one to get it.
Oh, no. Cookie, like, no doubt, is the strong... In my opinion, in the show, as an individual, Cookie is the strongest character, at least of the main cast. So it would make the most sense to give her the spinoff. That being said, even with all that there, I don't think she's strong enough to actually have one. She's the strongest of the main cast, sure, but she's not strong enough to carry a show on her own.
I think Josie Smollett should have got the show.
Juicy Smoothie, you know? Oh, God.
That man definitely don't need to be on camera for anything except for maybe a mugshot.
Juicy Smoothie.
I feel
could
like
be
it's
like,
the Empire
already got the title.
too.
Can we get a Jussie Smollett biopic completely narrated by Dave Chappelle? I would pay thousands for that.
So much so that Dave Chappelle is playing Jussie in any scene that Jussie is.
Yes! Please!
Can you imagine?
Give it here.
Can you imagine Dave Chappelle in one of those dumb-looking Gucci suits that Jussie wore in like any episode?
Oh yes!
Rachel.
Yes! Oh God! Can we please give me 10?
I'm honestly surprised that Empire made it to like 6 seasons.
I still think Alfonso should play Juicy.
You want Alfonso and everything.
You want him to play everything.
I do.
back to Sabrina's comment about Empire.
Do you
Part
even
2.
watch him in any of the shit that he is currently in?
No.
I can't with the Empire Part 2 because they barely did Empire Part 1 right. So it's leave it alone.
Yeah, just let it. Like Taraji, you don't need this. There are other things you could do. You're good. You don't need to be playing Cookie Line anymore. Like you.
See. You're right, but now Disney owns Fox.
Yeah, juicy.
They're gonna need to put. They're gonna want to pump some more of this shit out. They're gonna want to pump the dumb nigga shit directly into everyone's bloodstreams.
Part of me wants to slide Hulu and do research for y'all, because it's like, how did this end? What happened?
No, honestly, I honestly want to know, like, how did this show freaking end? Like, did Cookie get everything that she set out to get from the very beginning?
All right,
Same niggas doing the same niggas stuff.
You know what? It's on Hulu. So what I'm gonna do is, Autumn, I'm gonna have you remind me to just sit through it. Just force myself to sit through it and get to the end and see what.
All right, I'll remind you.
Same different episode.
Then I'll come back and report to all of you my suffering.
All right, moving on. So there's 2 Rick and Morty stories that we're going to be talking about. One is, for this one, it's got a first look at like the animatic for season 5. Just a scene where another Rick and Morty adventure. It was really funny. It was kind of like I'm trying to remember it. It had something to do with like Rick and Morty were in a spaceship and it was about to crash, and then Jessica ended up calling Morty saying that she wanted to like hang out with him, and at the time, like while they're in the spaceship, while it's crashing, Morty's just like, it doesn't matter anymore, like whatever, we're gonna die, like I've accepted death or whatever. And then Jessica called him up and she's like, hey Morty, like you want to like study together or something like that. And then Morty was like, F this, I want to live. And then he just got control of the ship and they just landed in this, like they landed in the ocean like safely. And then yeah, that was like the whole animatic of season 5 that they have done so far. And it was really funny. And yeah, just more Rick and Morty adventures. So still watching season 4. I think I have like 1, 2 or more episodes to watch. I'm not sure, but last season 4 has been pretty good.
God damn it. Wow. I just realized how far into my Steven Universe mindset Rick and Morty put me in, because you out here talking about season 5 and I forgot there was a season 4. You said we got an automatic for season 5. Wait a minute, there was a season 4? Wait, the John with the train. Did season 4 end? Season 4
okay,
kept
so
going?
the train episode was great, but my favorite episode of the 4 seasons so far was the one when they went to this planet of face-sucking, like, parasites that were, like, on your face, and they pretty much took over your whole body.
So Alien.
So Alien, yes. And the episode was just so freaking bizarre, but it was so funny. I was laughing more in that episode in the freaking train episode. But yeah, from what I've seen so far, Rick and Morty, it's been pretty good. Like I've been enjoying it. But we're gonna be talking about Rick and Morty again later on because yeah, some BS.
Yay.
I
definitely have a word or two.
All right, cool. So Zack Snyder reveals the black Superman suit scene from Justice League. Did any of y'all see that?
No.
I didn't watch any of the Snyder Cut stuff. Because honestly, I feel like I'm gonna like Justice. Honestly, I feel like my opinion of Justice League isn't gonna change.
Like honestly, Snyder shit will just make me hate it more. For real.
I feel like The only thing the Snyder Cut would have on the theatrical version is that it is a 100% tonally consistent movie. That's really it. It'll be a singular movie. Like, it will not feel like several different movies hobbled together. However, it will be one long, continuous, terrible movie because Zack Snyder is a terrible director.
Because we then axed out all the parts that actually made Justice League good for like 18 minutes.
Yeah, just all the Joss Whedon stuff, just take out and then just add the stuff that he did shoot, I guess, into it. And
And
this
man's still bothering
it'll
you.
be trash, but it'll be a full
consistent bangs
movie.
through the movie.
what'd you
It'll
say,
be
Joel?
trash, but sorry.
Barry Allen will have consistent bangs through the movie.
Yes. Oh yeah.
But will it stop him from running like a dickhead?
No, it
Will it
won't.
stop him from
I
choking
don't know what all.
bitches?
I don't know what all the arm flailing was. People don't run. This is how you ice skate, I think. With all the arm flailing.
But will
The ice
Barry
skating movie.
Was
But-
he trying to Millie Rock the entire time? And maybe we didn't know.
will
I mean,
Barry
if
choke
that's
a
a,
bitch
I mean, that's a
in the
pretty.
Snyder
I
Cut?
mean, that's not bad for a white person's first time trying to Millie Rock at super speed.
But that doesn't answer the real question. Will Barry choke a bitch in the Snyder Cut?
No, he doesn't fight. He just pushes people and runs away.
I don't know. As Ezra definitely looked like he was choking the bitch.
Oh my God, that video was so bad. So you saw it.
I have heard of it, yes. I have not seen it personally.
The second
Seen the video.
Shakur asked if Barry was going to choke a bitch, I'm like, no, this nigga didn't.
Oh, you're talking about when Ezra
Is my
Miller
nigga Barry.
actually attacked the fan?
Yes.
Yes, I saw the video. He legit lunged at this woman and then started choking her and putting her down.
What?
I'm like, how is I talked about it before in our last podcast. It was just, I'm just kind of annoyed with that whole situation, but whatever.
This man said to infinity and your mom.
You know what's crazy is that this wallpaper, like him in the black suit looks really like nice. Too bad the movie is just gonna be trash.
Superman will get another good movie someday. And
Some-
maybe there will be a good
Oh,
Justice League movie someday.
Like, Black Suit Superman was a cool thing to look at. It's just Snyder Superman. Please stop. Give me my Superman with actual fucking color.
I don't.
It took
I don't-
until
there are,
Justice
like,
League for him to
legit
use Frostbite.
people out there who defend Henry Cavill as Superman, and I'm like, he didn't do a bad job. Like, he wasn't the problem. The problem was how his fucking character was written.
Henry
but
Cavill
even-
is a great Superman. It's the
Even
shit he
then,
had to
for-
work
for-
with.
For real, for real.
Talking about Henry Cavill or someone else? I missed the first
Henry
part
Cavill.
of that.
Henry
Henry
Cavill.
Cavill.
Tyler Hoechlin is my
Look.
Superman.
Between his performances in Justice League and that, which Mission Impossible movie was that he was in?
7. That shit was lit.
It was. That's the bathroom fight. Listen,
No.
we know he's good when he has it. It's just like
Oh, and The
You
Witcher.
work-
You can't forget about The Witcher.
He was
And-
amazing in that
and the-
shit.
Listen,
Fuck.
we all know Henry Cavill
his two
got it.
Geralt's two favorite
Those-
words. Fuck.
Hell, even those few minutes in Justice League when he was there towards the back end, he was fine. The CGI on his lip was another story, but his
Ugh.
acting was. And on top of that, I need to see him in more fight scenes as Superman because of Mission Impossible, when a man cocks his arms, this man cocked his arms.
That was savage.
That was so sick.
this man ready for a mix. I'm like, I need you to do this again as a Krypton. This man cocked his fucking arms.
It was so lit.
Friends.
When I
Wait,
saw
look what
it
he dealt with.
in the trailer,
Who,
I was like,
who would
go,
it be against?
go.
Diana, Wonder Woman killed Ares already. They dealt with Doomsday. Probably gonna be a while before they bring him back.
Who would it be against? I don't know. Hundreds of the several other people.
When was Doomsday in the MCU? I mean, DC
In DC.
universe.
In the
When was-
Justice League, in that one movie that introduced Wonder Woman to the DCEU,
That was Doomsday?
Yeah.
it was supposed to be.
It was
I
supposed
just
to be.
thought-
Turned out to be a big gray zit, but you know.
That's what I want
I
you
It
to
just
turned
thought
out to
say.
be like a big gray zit,
I
or like a
thought- I just
walking
thought that was some
acne
dry
culture
snot.
made up every before picture from a proactive commercial.
Yeah.
Some spikes.
Eric
I
said
thought
he
that was
thought
dry
was
snot.
Dry snot.
All right, let's move on from soups.
My boy.
So apparently, Marvel reportedly cast Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop for the Hawkeye series, but I
Haley
don't know if
Steinfeld
this is like official.
Isn't she a singer?
Yes,
Is the Kate Bishop is the Hawkeye series still happening? don't they-
apparently.
they-
Haley Steinfeld can act. Don't
Age
sleep
of
on Spider
17.
Gwen now.
Do you really want exactly?
That's voice
Edge of
acting. I
17.
mean live action acting.
Edge of 17. And True Grit, but she was like 10 at the time she filmed that.
And Bumblebee. I
Bumblebee.
don't know how good she was in Bumblebee, but
She was very good in Bumblebee. She was one of the best parts in Bumblebee.
I didn't watch that.
Her best performance is the Edge of 17, so please watch it. It's so good.
I watched Bumblebee. I loved it. The only things in that movie that were better than her were Bumblebee himself and the Decepticon Angela Bassett. That will still catch me off guard.
Oh, she's a Decepticon.
Wait, Angela Bassett was the Decepticon?
She was in Bumblebee. Angela Bassett played one of the main Decepticons in the movie, and her voice lends to that evil robot so
Gotta watch
damn
it.
well.
I gotta watch
I
it.
gotta watch the movie.
I gotta watch
You
it.
gotta
I
watch the whole movie. Just watch clips of her on YouTube.
No, I
That's
still want to see the movie in general, but now I want to see Angela Bassett as a Decepticon.
Dawn was flames.
But I like Haley as Kate Bishop.
See
I
it,
think that
especially with I like this outfit better for her, for Kate Bishop. I like that one better than the one she's been wearing lately.
And I'm a classical person. I prefer the purple.
Yeah.
I think I like this one
All
better.
right.
yeah,
Like, for if they gave her her old outfit but let her keep the scarf and the glasses, I'd be goofy.
This is her old outfit. The light purple one in Future Fight, that's the new one.
That's the new one?
Yeah.
Yes. This is
Oh.
the old one.
Good. Let's keep the new one then.
Of course you got the black guy one.
what?
What?
You said
Yeah,
something
because this is the one she had when she picked up the bow and Mockingbird's battle staves.
I just found this on YouTube on Google, and I thought it was nice.
At this point, I'm just surprised it's still happening after all that shit that happened with Jeremy. I'm like, is this
Fuck
Hawkeye
that
series
pussy.
still going on? Like,
what happened with Jeremy Renner?
What was it, sexual harassment charge or something?
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
it was something like that. It was
Something
it
like
was
that.
some.
Wasn't it with involving his ex-wife?
Yeah, something like that with his ex-wife.
I believe so.
Oh, marital problems. You a celebrity that could fuck up your whole career.
It can. That's part of the reason why I'm surprised this series is even happening.
I didn't hear anything about it being canceled or like.
What kind of shit you think someone gonna pull up on you in like 50 years when you finally make it big, trying to start some shit?
See, I will personally take the Dan Harmon approach the entirety of my career and say off rip, I was a fuckhead back in the day.
We will get there.
I'm
We
acknowledging
will
that
get
off
there.
rip. I want you to find that shit early so I don't have to deal with it later.
We will get there. All right, let's move on to. So Pixar announced their new upcoming project called Luca,
Looks cute.
and it takes place in like Italy. Like, don't remember where in Italy, but apparently it's like a coming of age story about this. It takes place during this one summer, and apparently it's about this young boy who becomes friends with like a sea monster or something. The plot details are really vague. I wasn't sure if they meant like the boy meets a sea monster that befriends him, or if the boy is secretly a sea monster who lives like underground and then during the night and is a boy during the day. I'm not really sure. I hope that's the case because that would be really fucking cool. But yeah, just I'm always excited when Pixar announces new things, especially original things, and I'm glad they're doing more original projects. And I'm hoping they're done with their whole sequel like era and just will focus on just making original projects from now on. Not that the sequels were bad, minus Cars 2. Not that any of their sequels were bad. It's just they aren't really memorable, or they to me they missed the mark. Like I really did enjoy Finding Dory. I remember liking Incredibles 2, but I have not watched that movie since I saw it in theaters, and that was in 2018. So I guess that kind of says a lot about how I felt about it.
And then I've watched it too many damn times since then.
And then Toy Story 4, which was great. So
I have not seen Toy Story 4.
you should.
You should.
I have. It's fucking orgasmic.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Shakur. I was really wondering how you were going to feel about it.
How our designated Toy Story fan was going to feel about this fourth unnecessary but good movie.
I really love
Forky was that boy. Forky was that boy.
Of course.
I love me some Porky.
Porky's the homie.
I'm going to be honest. Pixar did not have to try that hard to make me like this movie.
But they did.
They did. And it was... Oh,
Pixar ain't never have to go that hard, but they did. But
they did it for me.
It's crazy how I loved all the new characters in the fourth film. Like, all of them. Like, they all just like stood out to me.
There wasn't not one that I genuinely did not fuck with.
Which is wild.
Even the
characters
characters
like Lotso in the third movie.
Even the characters that we're supposed to not fuck with, we still fuck with.
Exactly, we still fuck with. But I will not say anything because I want Jovan to watch it and experience it.
I make no promises on when I'll get around to that.
That's fine.
I'm gonna be honest right now. Once we
out here
end
watching
this,
Slender Man, but he can't watch a good movie.
once we end this, I'm ordering a sandwich from the store, eating that, and I'm passing out for a few hours.
A move.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It looks promising. And yeah, we shall see what happens with that.
I need more information. The art direction looks beautiful. The boy in the blue trunks looks like a thin Steven Universe. That is all.
I like the tropical setting. Looks so bright and beautiful.
It looks very Moana. It looks like
It's supposed to take place in Italy, and I can definitely get the Italian, the lushness of like Italian art.
Yes.
All right, so moving on.
Land.
The next one.
So Tom Hanks is in talks to star in the Pinocchio remake.
Oh God.
You know,
Another
there's two.
one?
There's two Pinocchio remakes in development. There's one from Disney, and there's one from Guillermo del Toro.
Another one? I love Pinocchio, but another one? Do we really need another one?
Another one.
You know,
DJ College is just here handing out remakes.
But Pinocchio is like Jungle Book and
And
Cinderella.
Snow White and Cinderella.
You know how many times niggas have redone this story?
Too many.
Like, not to mention, the only reason I'm laughing so hard is because if you look at the picture, why my boy Tommy got like 4 chins though.
He old. Because he old.
See, people can have multiple chins. The most I've seen on a man is like 2, and they're defined. This man has 4, and they're all defined. Like, look.
He old. That's all I can say. He's old.
Listen, my boy Woody looking a little bit more like Ham, if you know what I'm saying.
Disrespectful. Absolutely.
The funniest fat joke I've seen this week is still the one from the meme yesterday.
But yes, I'm sure he's gonna be playing Geppetto. But yeah, there's 2 live-action Pinocchio films in the works, so.
I hope he's playing Geppetto. I don't need him playing another toy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's playing.
We're gonna have Tom Hanks playing a grown-up Pinocchio.
I don't need Tom Hanks playing Pinocchio going through puberty because that's terrifying.
And it's crazy how we're gonna get 2 versions of this. Like, we'll get this one who's a straight adaptation of the Disney version, and then we'll get another one that I'm pretty sure is gonna be faithful to the original story.
But we already had 2 Pinocchio movies live action based off of that.
Yeah, and that was like what, in the 2000s?
I'm pretty sure it was 2000 exact because we got one, and then that one got a sequel, and then we got another weird one. Why do people keep making remakes of this wooden boy? Are they trying to tell us something?
You know how Hollywood likes their little boys.
But
wow.
Save the kids.
Crazy.
He's not
I
wrong.
know what I said. Fuck
I know what I
fuck
said.
them rich people in Hollywood. Save these kids.
Fuck them
Save the
kids.
children.
Fuck
Save
them
the
children.
You gotta put an edit in when this goes on YouTube.
Yo,
Just
you know
hashtag
what's
save
so
the children
fucked
on the
up?
screen.
Fuck them kids.
Okay, so whenever I hear "Save the Children,"
Nah, put fuck them kids, but not literally though.
Yes.
No,
Hashtag
Y'all
okay.
get nasty.
but
you
not
know what's
literally
so
though.
fucked up though? Okay, so every time I hear "Save the Children," I think of the episode "Always Sunny" when Dennis and Dee's like actual biological father like shows up in their lives, and he started singing that song called "Save the Children," and he just kept saying the same thing over and over again. And it was just ironic because the dude actually ended up being a fucking pedophile in real life.
Wait, what?
Yeah. The guy who played Dennis and Dee's biological father in Always Sunny actually ended up being a real pedophile.
He turned out to be a Lionheart.
That
Oof. Ooh.
Oh damn.
JB, why you got a sweater on?
It's a
I ain't
robe.
got no sweater. That's my robe, man.
Oh.
My
Robes are
robe.
comfy.
Why you hating, bro?
and I'm gonna emphasize how much of an ain't shit ass nigga you are. And even
Why am I asking why she wearing a robe? Because it's 84 degrees.
So what? Maybe she wants to get heat stroke. Let my girl get heat stroke if she wants it.
On.
If she wants heat,
I'm sure she has the AC on and it's just cold in there.
if she wants heat stroke, let her get heat stroke.
maybe
Her
because she's
body,
in
her
her
choice.
own house and wants to wear a robe in her own house.
Her body, her choice.
All right, so moving on. So the Suicide Squad game announced by Rocksteady.
Yo, that shit look hot though. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Is this art from the game or is this just
No,
a
this is just comic book art I found.
That's a comic panel. That is a comic panel.
Yeah.
Okay, I see Harley Quinn, I see Diablo, King Shark, Deadshot, and a few other people I don't recognize.
I don't know if that's like the lineup of the actual game. I just found it because Suicide Squad, so.
I mean, that's
It's going to be based off the movie.
nine
Is
times
it?
times out of 10, knowing mainstream media and knowing how people react to things, most of the lineup is probably going to come straight from the movie or be based off of the movie. And I'm torn because on one hand, it's like, ugh. Suicide Squad. I really don't care. But it's Rocksteady, and Rocksteady always makes like quality shit. So I'm torn.
That's some bullshit.
As long as they take their time with it to make sure the game is good quality, then it's fine.
I only care about Harley Quinn.
Isn't that the answer to thing?
What? You cut out.
She's only involved for her answer for every fucking thing that Harley's face is on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget
That's
the fact that Suicide Squad.
I hope
No,
I
it's
hope you
just
can't
Harley.
play as Harley until you get halfway through the game.
Why would you wish that upon someone?
First of all, the Suicide
That's a
Squad
mood.
play as left the team because he thought they were beneath him. My
Alright,
nigga
so
Black.
hopefully the game is fun. And it should
I
be
mean-
fun. It's a Suicide Squad.
It's
I mean-
supposed to be in first person though.
First
I
person.
can't first person with my superheroes, man.
It's supposed to be first person.
I can't
Sorry.
first person with my
I'm like, why
superheroes
though?
slash
See?
villains.
See, Jovan, I thought the same way, but then Overwatch happened. That
Doesn't
being
count.
said, Overwatch totally counts.
You go into Overwatch knowing what it is.
The fuck I do. No, I don't.
You didn't know it was basically a battle royale and everything's third person anyway? Not
No.
first person?
No,
Overwatch isn't a battle
royale.
royale. It's a shooter. Yes.
It's not battle royale at all.
It's definitely not battle royale. It's team based. It's 6v6, and on top of that, it's
trash.
6v6 and not at all. Fight.
Very much trash.
It's 6v6, and on
Very
top
much
of that, the trailers would never lead you to ever believe that it's a shooter in any capacity.
I watched like game trailers and gameplay trailers for new characters. So that's how I figured it out.
That's the thing. Most trailers and most promos for Overwatch don't lead you to believe it's first person in any fathom of the imagination. It looks like something out of a fucking Pixar movie.
I remember thinking that Overwatch was a new superhero movie coming out. Like, what is this? I want to watch it. It looks cool.
Blizzard and Pixar need to collab because I would pay big money to see that movie, and I would not care.
Blizzard need to
I'll
get
see a
their
Widowmaker
shit
movie.
together.
Widowmaker is not her own movie.
I said I would.
Blizzard needs to get their shit
All right.
together.
Let's move on.
But I would definitely watch an Overwatch.
How the fuck? Whatever, man.
I don't know how the fuck.
So, Fresh Prince
goddamn.
of Bel-Air is
Who
getting
the fuck?
a reboot.
Oh
But
god damn it!
apparently it's going to be based around that YouTube short that some guy made, where he made it into like a drama.
What?
And Will Smith is going to be involved in this as like a producer or something like that.
I'll watch
So,
that.
No.
Hey, look, it's more
No.
work for Alfonso Ribeiro.
No.
Can we just see the house?
No.
Hey. So yeah, it's apparently going to be a drama.
Don't nobody want this.
Be a comedy at all.
I'll watch it.
I'll watch it because at least it's going
Nobody
to be
want this?
something different. Like it's not going to be the like exact same show.
I'll give it a shot.
I'll give it a shot.
At the very least, I don't have very high expectations, but I'm
I'll
willing
give it
to
a shot.
try. I guess.
Fine. Instead of Uncle Phil, can we have Uncle Bill?
We're so rich. Why we can't afford no ceiling?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Like I'll watch the pilot and see how I feel like afterwards. It'd be nice if they brought back like the original Aunt Viv.
Maybe it'll end up like Fuller House.
Maybe. Hopefully burn.
OG and Viv like as far away from this as possible. I'll need her hating ass making this shit toxic.
I would hope that they would meet up since then.
No. She still don't like him.
See, that's the thing. They tried to. She still hates.
For
She
what?
still hates
Why
him.
are you still hating? Like, the man is 50 years old. Like, obviously, he's grown a lot since then. Like, he's trying to reconcile with you, and you won't even give him the time of day. Like, for what?
Will Smith admitted he was wrong, but she's still hating.
Like during the height of the whole COVID thing, when everybody and their mom was having a Zoom call reunion for some reason, they tried to get her in on the Fresh Prince draw, and she just would not have it. And they're like, "Yo, bro, come on, you draw it."
Like, girl, it's been literally it's been 2 decades. Let it go.
Your on-screen husband is dead. Do it for him.
Right. And people say that they love your version of Amvid more than the other version, so at least show up for them. At least show up for the people who actually like your character. Like myself.
I stand light skinned dark. I stand light skinned Aunt Viv because real dark skinned Aunt Viv is a
I separate the two from character than actress. Love the character. The actress is being a petty child. All right, let's move on. So, the Avatar: The Last Airbender creators have left the live-action reboot.
Good.
And all I gotta say is, I was never gonna watch this to begin with, even when they were involved in it.
We need M. Night Shyamalan.
We do not need M. Night
So,
Shyamalan.
whatever. I still don't think they should redo this and just leave it the fuck alone.
We need M. Night Shyamalan.
We do not need M. Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
We need the twist. We need the twist. We need the twist.
We do not need M.
The original creators left. That was the twist.
We do not need M. Night Shyamalan.
We don't need M. Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
We need Shyamalan. We need Zack Snyder.
How about we just not make this a thing? How about that?
You know what? Get my man Michael Bay in there.
We do not need M. Night Shawshank Redemption or Zach Swindler or Michael Baywatch anywhere near this.
We need
Yeah,
none of them.
I'm not watching
Keep them as far away
live
from this
action
project.
Avatar.
I wasn't
watch
gonna
it.
waste my time watching that bitch anyway.
Exactly.
But now that the creators aren't involved, I have even less reason to give a shit.
They were gonna get an episode out of me and not a second more, unless it was good. If it was good, then it's different.
I don't think it would have been good because, like I said, like there's some things that are just meant that are better in it for animation, and I feel like Avatar, like the show itself, was better animated than doing it in live action, and they already tried once and it failed miserably, so why even do it again? Even if the original creators aren't involved, it's just like, why would you go back to something you already worked on? Like, just work on other things. Like, people are always gonna love your show no matter what. It's always gonna be popular, so just move on from it and just do other things, which they have done. But like, why are you going back? Why are you going back besides money and nostalgia?
You know who should play?
That's literally all they're doing.
That's it. There is no other reason. Money and nostalgia.
You know who should play
They're
Aang?
going off of money and nostalgia because they know millennials. This generation, we're nostalgic. A lot of things came and passed really fast, but at the same time, we're nostalgic, but we also like good quality. So if you try to market off our nostalgia, but your new thing is trash in comparison to the original, no one's gonna touch the new thing. Everyone's
You know who
gonna
should
watch
play
the
Aang?
old.
Who should play Aang, Eric? Humor us. Who should play Aang?
Andrew Lincoln.
I thought he was about to say Alfonso Ribeiro.
You and me both. I'm actually caught off guard by that. But no, I do not want Rick Grimes playing Aang.
You picked
I
the
can see it.
weirdest
I can see
casting
it.
choices. What is wrong with you?
I can
I
see it.
want Rick
Well,
Grimes
I was
playing
prepared for Alfonso Ribeiro.
Aang. I wasn't prepared for Rick Grimes. I really wasn't.
I can see
I
it.
don't know of a lot of young male, any young male Asian actors. Like
No,
I know,
they're out there.
I know a lot of Asian actors, none that are around Aang playable age.
They're
I don't
out there.
even
You just
need
have to find
Aang
them.
to. I don't even need Aang to be Asian. Aang looked like a bald little white boy. I don't even need him to be.
So
Asian.
this Toph looks like a
I
blonde
need
little
him
white
to
girl.
look like Aang.
Toph
I
looks
And
like
I
a
feel
think-
like
blonde little
the
white
Earth.
girl.
I feel like the Earth, the people of the Earth Kingdom are more
White.
visually.
And honestly,
American.
I think Asa Akira could play Katara.
You stop that right now.
I don't know who that is.
They don't get it. You know I get it. You stop that right now.
I mean, if I got Zendaya as Katara, I wouldn't mind. Put her in more shit.
What you got against Asa though?
Nothing. She's not an actual actor, sir. You
She
stop.
is, though.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
You're
porn star,
nasty.
cool.
That's why I said stuff. Not to mention, she's nowhere near Katara's age. She's a lot older than Katara. Come on. She don't even look like Katara. Matter of fact, she might be as light, if not a little bit lighter than the actual chick who played Katara in the M. Night movie.
That chick was full on white.
See, y'all really out here talking about giving Asians a chance, but y'all don't want to.
Bro, how about actual Asian actors and not freaking porn stars? How about that?
Listen,
I'm just trying to make it a little
y'all
interesting.
know that if they make the live action Aang in this show white, they're just gonna keep all the memes are gonna be calling him Ong again.
Look,
Ong.
at the end,
Ong.
look, end of the day, each version, like literally everybody in Avatar: The Last Airbender was all based off of some form of like Asian heritage based off of each nation. Like Earthbenders were more leaning towards Korean or Chinese. I know the Fire Nation was Japanese. Airbenders were obviously Buddha. And then I think, and I'm pretty sure the Water Tribe was supposed to be like Himalayan or something of that nature.
Inuit.
Inuit.
Yeah.
But that being said, even with all that Asian influence, all these characters look like these characters. I do not necessarily need these characters to be Asian, but I need them to at least look like the character.
Fine, and have Asa play Azula.
All right, we're moving on because, yeah.
Yeah, I hate him for it, but at the same time, I'd pay to see that. That was a much better choice than Guitar.
All right, so now we are on the Rick and Morty
We're on this one already.
controversy.
Did you use the same picture twice?
Yeah, I used the same picture twice.
What's the controversy?
Pinterest
So
is
pretty
your-
much, long story short, there was this video that Dan Harmon made years ago. And it was very, well, it wasn't funny, and it was very disturbing, and it picked a baby rapist. Yeah, he played an actual like baby like rapist, and it ended with him actually like raping like the baby. And
What the fuck?
it wasn't funny at all. It was really disturbing, and I was like,
What is up with some people, yo?
look, I
So,
understand
I'm gonna-
why people
So
are
I'm gonna go.
yeah.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Yeah, okay. So I understand why people are upset. It's
Actually, almost ended my life.
like it's not a good
Careful
video
with the
at
sword,
all.
Brendan.
I'm
Um,
just
That's an understatement.
yeah, it's a that's a huge understatement. I'm being nice. It's fucked up. It's sadistic. It's not funny.
that's how
But-
Shane got canceled.
But I do not, but I don't think it should end someone's entire career, especially if they've shown to have grown and admitted that that video was messed up and it wasn't funny, and has grown as a person and doesn't do stuff like that anymore and think what they did was messed up. We've all said and done things in our past that we aren't proud of, and I don't think it's fair to be punished for it years later when you yourself have already grown. And I don't know how this video came out. I don't know how, I don't know how people were able to see it. But he
The
himself
internet.
has
That's
came
why I'm on
out
Twitter.
and said that it was messed up. I was messed up. It wasn't funny. I have grown as a person. I don't do that anymore. I acknowledge that it wasn't. It was It was not a good thing to do, and he's acknowledged it. He said he apologized for it. So now it's resurfaced again, and everyone's just like, "Oh, well, we gotta cancel Dan Harmon. We gotta cancel Rick and Morty." First of all,
I'm Black with a Vengeance.
First of all, that's not happening at all. Because if you're going to cancel Dan Harmon, you have to cancel Community as well. And with Community, it's not even on the air anymore. But they're not canceling Rick and Morty at all. If you don't want to watch Rick and Morty or support Dan Harmon, that's fine. That's your choice. But I'm just kind of just getting tired of all these people coming out saying we're canceling this person, we're canceling that person, because
That's the kind of culture we live in
it's
now.
something that they've done in their past. And it's a difference between if they've shown that they've grown and became a better person and learned from their mistakes. That's different than someone who refuses to change and is still that same like grimy, disrespectful, horrible person who decides not going to change. I'm just going to keep doing this behavior. And if you call them out on it and you still refuse to change, then that's different than someone who was called out on said behavior but has changed since. And we just really gotta stop doing that. And we always want to preach that we believe in second chances and that we believe that people can change. And when that person does change and does grow as a person, and when stuff that they said or done in the past comes out, you don't want to hear them out. You just want to be like, oh, you're canceled, that's it. Like, no, we shouldn't live in that type of world. We can't just say that we believe in second chances. We believe that people can change, and then completely say, oh, that person's canceled, that person is irrelevant, that person doesn't matter anymore, based off of a mistake that they made. So yeah, I just think that people just need to stop doing that. Like, honestly, like, it's getting really annoying. And yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it.
So,
Cancel culture.
so all y'all watching this,
Cancel culture.
y'all don't understand how much of a character development moment this is. But this is some character development shit. Because had this been when me and Autumn first met,
What?
this was a whole nother conversation.
What?
I have
Oh shit, my bad.
Cancel culture, in my opinion, while it genuinely comes from a good place, like someone did something pretty fucked up, so it's like you got to get called out on it. But yeah, like Autumn said, if it happened years ago, like decades ago, and the person has long since recognized that they were wrong and they started working to be a better person and stuff, then it's also kind of unnecessary. Like, they know they did something wrong. They know they did wrong. That's the whole thing. The point of the cancel thing originally just like, hey, you're fucked up. You can't do this thing anymore. That's it. That's the cancel. But like, there's no reason to cancel them if they've been better for like the past 20 years. It's no reason for that. And yeah, it is completely annoying when it's also like undeserved. Some people deserve it, like if it happened, but they've never been called out on it before. What was that? Hartley Sawyer? Who was the guy on Elongated Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it happened, and yeah, he on Instagram he said that he's been, ever since then, he's been working to be a better person, but he also never like actually got called out for it until then. So that is one thing.
Yeah, he lost his job. Like, he got fired.
Brendan,
Yeah.
doing.
Fucking around with my hair and the sword.
Let's see that.
A little bit.
I want
have
a
a
sword.
few words.
I just have a staff. I have
Go.
a sword. I just have
Go, Siobhan.
I definitely have a few words. So, in a world of half-assed, let me lead off by saying this. You do not owe this man's forgiveness. That is very important to point out. If you don't fuck with what he did, no matter how long ago it was, you do not owe him forgiveness. That's fine. You can choose to still be upset. This is just on you. That being said, in a world of half-ass, publicist-written celebrity apologies, this man's is the best case scenario. He has literally been living the best case scenario. He hasn't been like, it's not like he's been hiding from this. It's not like he's been trying to bury it in bullshit. He has been open and very apologetic about his problematic past since Community was still on network television. He is and has actively been working on being a better person since all of this bullshit happened. We've got the best case scenario. This is the best possible way that anyone could have ever treated something like this, and that's getting out in front of it years ago. And that is important to say. He has gotten in front of this years ago. Like, this isn't new shit. He didn't just say that last week. He did this shit years ago and already addressed it. Has already apologized and has already actively worked on, actively changed to become a better person. And he's been doing so for years. Why is this happening now? Like, if this were ever going to be a thing, it should have been years ago when it actually happened. But it didn't. And he's actively changed as a person. Why?
Yeah, I don't understand why it's happening now. Like, because I remember hearing about it a while ago, but I never actually saw the video. And I heard that he apologized for it and all. And then it just keeps coming back up again. I'm like, why does this keep coming back up? And then I see stupid posts like, oh, if you still watch Rick and Morty, then unfriend me bullshit. And I'm like, what is wrong with you people? First of all, it's a whole show. And it's not just his show. It's Justin Roiland's show as well. And those two aren't the only people who work on it. There's a whole group of artists and animators and story artists who work on this show. I'm supposed to stop watching it because one person made a mistake in the past, and that makes me a bad person for still liking the show? No, it actually doesn't. It doesn't mean I support pedophilia. It doesn't mean I support any bad shit that he's done in his past. It means that he has grown as a person and will continue to grow as a person, and I have no reason not to support him. He made a mistake. He acknowledged his mistake. He'll probably keep acknowledging that mistake for the rest of his life. But he's also going to keep growing, keep producing content for his audience and his fans to enjoy, and he's going to live his life. So why don't you stop worrying about what he's doing with his life and just worry about yours? Because he's not a pedophile. He's not anything like that. He just made a really fucked up video that wasn't funny in his past, and that's it. But I'm not supposed to watch Rick and Morty now. And watching the show means I support pedophilia.
I haven't like seriously watched Rick and Morty for years, but I have been heavy on Community for a very long time.
I just hate seeing stupid like posts like that. I'm like, what is like?
So
you have good intentions, but like,
they have good intentions, but they're making like false comparisons and false equivalences with that. And as we've said, especially in the situation with Dan Harmon, Shakur said it best, he got out in front of this years ago. He owned up to it, and he's become much better of a fundamentally better person. He's improved a lot. So, canceling him over this now, it's stupid. I feel like the only reason it happened now because cancel culture is so rabid now. That's like the only thing.
Like, it's different when it comes to like, I guess I will use J.K. Rowling as an example because she was like really in the news a lot over the dumb shit that she was saying. Like,
she's a fucking turf.
yeah, because there's something like wrong with this woman, but like it's different with that because she said this one thing, and then when she got called out on it, she doubled down on her opinion of it, which made the situation worse. And then people start canceling her because of her opinions on how she feels about, you know, the transgender community and stuff like that. But does that mean you have to stop enjoying Harry Potter? I don't think so. Like, you don't have, just because you don't like the creator doesn't mean you have to not like her work, if that makes any sense. It's really like complicated because it's like, if you support the work, then you're technically supporting the person who made the work. But it's like, yeah, what she said was really stupid. And the fact that she continued to double down on her statement about what she said and wasn't really considering how her comments can hurt other people who are fans of hers, like people from the transgender community who are fans of hers. And she's doubling down on her comments. She wrote a whole like essay on why she feels the way she feels. And she can feel that way, but she needs to understand that you can't just get upset when people are criticizing you for it. Like, if you're going to come out and say those things, then you're going to have to deal with the backlash. You have to own up to it. Own up to the backlash that you get.
People seem to forget that freedom of speech is not freedom from consequences. You can say what you want, but if you call me a bitch to my face and I punch you for it, that's what you get.
So there's
Like the whole thing about cancel culture as a whole, it's very, very, very straightforward. Like, no matter how complicated somebody tries to make it look, it's very straightforward. Extremely straightforward. Do all your research. Get all your facts straight. Do you still bang with this person? No. Stop supporting them. Do you still bang with their work? Yes. Has this person tried to make amends for anything that they've done or seem apologetic in any form? No. Fuck them. Yes. Let's see what happens first. It's not that hard. With someone like JK, it's like, oh, she said this really disrespectful shit. Hey, could you not say that disrespectful shit? No, I'm going to keep saying this disrespectful shit. Then I will not support you as an artist or as a worker because I don't want to give money to somebody who feels this way and treats people this way. Plain and simple. There's nothing else to discuss.
That's why I love D&D so much, but I refuse to give Wizards of the Coast any of my fucking money.
Hey, can you stop being a bitch? No, I'm going to keep being a bitch. Well, then you won't be a bitch that's not getting my money. It's not that difficult.
He's like, can you stop being a bitch? No, I can't stop being a bitch. Then be a broke bitch.
Like,
Take the broadside of a short sword to their head and take it off. Take the head off.
like at least,
Listen!
like at least Hartman's trying. Like at least he's trying.
Hartman.
Hartman.
We don't talk about Butch Hartman.
Not
Fuck
no.
that.
I still don't
We
know
don't
what
talk
Butch
about
Hartman
that
did.
guy.
fuck that.
Not
I
that.
still don't
not
know what
that
Butch Hartman did.
Not
Fuck
that twat waffle. But
What have
Can
you
someone
done,
give me, like,
Jovan?
the 15 seconds abridged of what Butch Hartman did?
Wait, what?
He's been an arrogant, disrespectful prick to his.
He doesn't
fans.
know how to. He doesn't know how to take criticism. He ripped off one of his artists. He ripped one of his artists out of 2000 Bones and has been claiming that he can cure autism with Christianity.
What?
He's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
He's crazy.
Jovan, let me ask you a question. In Butch Hartman's words, What have you accomplished?
Okay, so okay, well, I have to explain what Eric is talking about. So there was this video. Butch Hartman was on this interview, and he was like talking to his fans, and they were like, giving him like standard criticism. And he pretty much said that, oh, because you guys haven't worked on major TV shows, you don't get to have an opinion on my work.
And called them failures.
And called them failures, pretty much.
I do remember seeing one thing where Butch Hartman said that artists need to be able to work in a variety of styles, and was like, man, all of your shows look the same.
Literally, it's the same art style. And there's nothing wrong with that. But then don't criticize other people for doing the same thing.
On another thing of just like art community being stupid, what is with this new thing with people taking character designs and making them better? That's like the worst insult I've ever seen.
That is very insulting.
It's like making fan art of another person's character is one thing. To just take the character design and try to improve it when no one asks you to, that's an insult. Especially when it comes to like character designs on like things in comics and stuff. At least in the classes I've had in character design, there are like 4 or 5 stages that characters go through before they hit the part where it's a consistent drawing. And so it's like this work that the artists put in, they finally get it there, they got the confidence up to post it online, and then someone just had the audacity to go like, oh, I don't like this, so I made it better. It's like, bitch.
All right, so anything else y'all want to say about this before we move on?
How much more we got to go through? I got a cheeseburger platter waiting for me at the store.
That's all I got to say about it.
I'm kind of hungry too.
We're almost done. We're getting there. We're like literally almost finished.
Cancer culture can be used for good, but people are idiots. That is all.
Did you say cancer culture?
Cancel.
He said what he said.
All right. Another controversy I just want to just talk about just for a few seconds. Yes. Not the song itself, but it's just the BS that seems to happen every time a female artist comes out with a sexually explicit song.
Wet ass pussy.
That they get criticized for it being too sexual, but men who literally can release songs that are over sexual as well gets nothing. No controversy, nothing. It only happens with female artists. It's mainly female artists of color. And I'm tired of it.
Is it bad that I've yet to hear any discourse about? Is it weird that I've yet to hear any actual discourse about this song? Like the only person I've seen bitch about it is what's that weirdo's name?
Ben Shapiro?
Ben Shapiro?
Yes, he's the only negative comment that I've actually seen about it, and he got dragged, and he is to this day still getting dragged for filth.
As he should.
The only people who are offended about wet ass pussy have never had any. The crazy part is it's not every female sexually explicit song. It's like a hit. Some of them slip through the cracks, and some of them get talked about for like a week and then left alone. For whatever reason, people are like flipping their shit about this one. And I'm like,
calm down, man.
Why?
Way to be so upset.
Why?
I'm like having a good
The
time.
number
I
of
don't even know why
songs.
people are so hype about. I don't even know where the discourse came out over the song, but I'm pretty sure it is that. Just like people can't handle a song about women owning up to their sexuality. I don't know.
Oh my God.
It's a song.
Conducting a class.
Oh my God, how could they release a song about wet ass pussy? Do you forget that we've had children literally singing songs about skeeting to windows and walls? Are
Yeah,
y'all
y'all remember
serious?
Whistle by Flo Rida is a song about sucking dick.
Oh, to the wall.
See, Whistle's different. Whistle's different because for real, and
Whistle's subtext.
Whistle is subtext. It's one of those things where you gotta really sit and listen and know what's being talked about.
Because that shit is so subtle.
To know what's
You be singing it with your kid, and then you be you're singing it with your kid one day, and then you really hear the lyrics and learn what the song is about.
Here's the thing, though. When I first listened to the song, I was like,
You was about to say the
"Oh,
chorus.
okay. So this is what we're doing. All right."
It's not like lyrics like to the window, to the wall, to the drop down wall. Like, are y'all serious?
Oh, shit.
I actually thought Flo Rida was talking about an actual metaphorical real whistle
I thought we were
for the
whistling.
longest time.
When I first heard the song, I thought it was just a catchy song about whistling. And then I listened to the lyrics for more than 5 minutes. This man talking about sucking dick.
Come on, I'll hold that spot all day.
Where are all my Ben Shapiro memes? God damn it!
Like, we live in a world where for years, singers, rappers have been singing songs about how big they dick is, about all the bitches they was fucking, about who could sit on they dick, about getting they dick sucked for years. Move Bitch Get Out the Way got a whole section in the song about this man getting his dick sucked and getting child support for his baby mama. And nobody said a word
I'm not a hacker.
about
But when two female rappers come out and are really,
Talk about wet ass
It's
pussy.
it's a
like,
problem.
I'm not going out of my way to listen to the song anytime soon because that's just not the type of shit that I listen to. But if you like it,
I like
and I'm just like, good for them.
Yeah, I haven't actually heard. I actually
I
haven't
love
heard
the
it yet.
song. I'm not even joking. Like, there's this riff in the song that gets stuck in your freaking head. Like, as soon as the song starts, like, there's some hoes in this house, there's some hoes. Like, it just keeps going. And it's so infectious. And I'm like, yo, this song is lit.
Like,
I hope There's Some Hoes in This House doesn't become the new It Smell Like Bitch in Here.
I've listened to the song like maybe twice, and it's not the type of thing that I know I'm gonna go to my way to consistently listen to. But it's one of those songs where it's like you listen to.
I'm gonna be second.
It's not my thing.
Oh God, did you not hear me? Open up your ears.
Who eat it, and for the people who get the most out of it, good for you. Good for you. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, cool. Somebody made a sexually women empowering song in 2020. Great. Now all y'all that were scared about doing this, y'all have figured this like 3 to 5 month window to do this to get the least amount of backlash possible. Because in like a year, this is gonna look bad.
Well, they'll probably still get the most amount of backlash, but it will come with the most amount of clout.
All right.
This is the perfect time to release some shit like that.
All right, so we're just gonna
Optimal.
speed through these and then we'll be done. So Obi-Wan series starts filming next month.
I didn't know Obi-Wan was getting a series.
No, stop.
Yes, Obi-Wan is getting his own show.
No, stop.
I still gotta watch Mandalorian and
Please
the
do.
newest season of Clone Wars.
Terrible.
Mandalorian is great.
Hold up.
Obi-Wan his favorite Star Wars character. That being said, leave him the fuck alone. You stop it. Stop.
No, because Disney just wants to milk everything, so.
His name is not Darth Maul. Come along.
So yeah, it's starting to film next month. I will watch the first episode and see how I feel. If I like it, I'll keep going. All right.
Gucci.
So
Chill.
what
Chill.
were you saying before, Brendan, when my freaking Wi-Fi decided to give out on me?
Oh yeah, you were saying something when Autumn you just froze.
My whole screen froze.
What were we talking about?
We were
Yeah,
talking about Batman being in the Ben Affleck's Batman
yeah.
being in the Flash.
Flashpoint. We were talking about
yeah, there we
Flashpoint.
go.
You were saying that a good thing would be that they could use Flashpoint to kind of reset the DC movies.
Because in the comics with Flashpoint and Crisis on Infinite Earths, they use that as a way to sort of reset the universe. And so if they wanted to, they could use the Flashpoint paradox as an excuse to reset the DCEU to make it like their past mistakes never happen. So it would be an opportunity for them to try again without having to completely start from the very, very beginning.
Yeah.
What if
If
that
they do
actually
it.
happens, though?
If they do it right.
What if that actually happens? Like, what if every movie after Flashpoint Paradox is, like, amazing?
Then I'll have called it.
Complete
Alright.
silence.
So
Frank that shit.
So Matt Reeves, who's the director of the Batman, released a poster and the official logo for the new film. This poster is for the DC fandom that's coming up really soon. But I like the artwork of it, and it definitely has like a Frank Miller vibe going on here. And I like the font of the title. It's just, the Batman, but it has like it has a Batman symbol in it. It looks
I just
so
don't like
cool.
Frank Miller. I just don't like Frank Miller.
Look at Batmeezy. He looking clean here.
He's ready
I
to
love the
fuck
red
shit
and
up.
black. It
I
looks
love the
great.
look of it. I just don't like Frank Miller's.
That's fair. I bangs with that collar. Just the collar brings the whole suit together, and I fucks with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I really like
I
this.
have more faith in Robert Pattinson now. I watched that. What was it? The Lighthouse.
Wait, the lighthouse. Oh my god, it was so great.
No, it took me 3 tries because I fell asleep. But
Well, yeah,
I
it's
didn't
definitely
realize
like
how bad.
it's definitely it's a movie that you would have to rewatch multiple times to understand what the hell is going on.
I still don't understand.
You're not going to, because I don't understand it either. But the performances were so good.
Damn, Jovan, you bite that bitch.
Man, fuck you. Last thing I ate was a bowl of cereal before D&D.
No, I'm not judging. I'm in awe.
What is wrong with you?
And not
So,
eating
Jovan.
What?
So, Jovan, how often do you... No, I'll ask you after this is over. That was rude.
Thank you. Do not.
Oh, you're gonna have a lot of editing to do.
Yes,
No, I was
do.
gonna ask him. I was actually going to ask him a D&D question, but I'll wait till after we're done.
All right. So yeah, this is a really good
Oh,
step, right?
yes.
Good step in the right direction
Coming.
for the Batman.
Coming.
I do like this poster. This poster makes me feel like is this referencing a comic or something? The composition seems familiar. I just can't tell. But if this is what Robert Pattinson is supposed to look like in the that collar's definitely working with it.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I feel like this is the official look of the costume and what he'll look like in the film.
You see, like the bat symbol's the same too.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how bad I needed Batman with a collar until now.
It looks clean.
Let me specify. Batman with a collar on his base suit. He's got armors with that shit.
That being said, I'm not sure how I feel about the bat symbol.
This one right here? Like,
It
looks better in the logo. On the suit, it looks kind of weird.
It looks weird in both ways for me. It's too wide. Like, I'm used to the bat symbol being... Because the way it's always set up is that it could always be put within a circle. So it was always condensed on the suit. It never took up too much space. Now it looks really wide and it's kind of awkward to me. But that's just a...
but wasn't the Batman Beyond symbol kind of like that? Looks like that, but like wider?
Pretty much red, yeah.
The Batman Beyond symbol was taller. And even then, because this suit was straight black, there wasn't a lot of negative space. So they could have a red symbol and have it take up that space. Here, where you know it's probably going to be a combination of like black and some grays, having this wide symbol, like it's a personal nitpicky thing for me, just from stuff that I noticed artistically on superhero costumes, but it's not bad. It's just when it comes to bat symbol, I have a personal preference, and the fact that it's this wide just looks weird to me.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I can see it.
if this stuff is any indication of the direction that this movie is going in, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And yeah, we'll see whenever this movie's coming out, because I have no idea when. But
I hope Robert Pattinson plays some Arkham games to learn some Batman techniques.
Wait, matter of fact, Autumn, go back to that Batman picture that you just had up with Batman and the Flash. Look at the way the bat symbol starts up. It's nowhere near as wide as it is on the other one.
oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you.
Like the best example I could give you for a weird bat symbol. I don't know if you remember this, but on the bat symbol was thick. Like it was a thick bat symbol on Ben Affleck's like it was just a big ass. It was just thick for no reason.
All right, so guys, we gotta move along because internet's being weird again. So this final story is apparently Marvel is eyeing Olivia Wilde to direct an all-female-led film, and it might be Spider-Woman. That's just a rumor. If you don't know who Olivia Wilde is, she's an actress, but she just became a director recently with her film Booksmart that came out last year. Really great, and she was Psylocke in X-Men Apocalypse.
I thought that
Olivia Munn is a giant fucking
yeah, that was
nerd.
Olivia.
Olivia Munn is a
Olivia
giant
Munn.
nerd, and I believe because she's a
Wait,
giant nerd.
what'd you say?
That was Olivia Munn.
Oh, Olivia Wilde. Okay, never mind. Sorry, Olivia. Yeah. All right.
Olivia Munn. Olivia Munn is a giant nerd, so I feel like
Olivia Munn.
superhero movie would probably turn out pretty good. Olivia Munn, I feel like I think I remember retweeting one of her quarantine videos. She was like spinning a little lightsaber and then torched her wall.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm talking about two different people because for some reason I thought they were the same person. But yeah,
Olivia Munn is the one who plays Psylocke.
is in talks to possibly direct a female-led film, and it could be Spider-Woman, but don't know, just a rumor. So I just thought that was interesting. Oh, God damn it!
Said about it. Oh no, there it goes.
Oh wait,
There
we're
it
not
goes.
frozen.
It came back.
Okay, it came back.
It came back.
yay!
But what I was saying is that I don't mind them introducing Spider-Woman because she's one of the really big female Avengers. Because unlike a lot of other characters, she's like strictly an Avenger. Like she's not really on any other teams like that. But I kind of don't want it. Like
No, come on.
be the A-Force. And the female Avenger that started it all is dead. So it's like, I kind of don't want it anymore.
I don't want A-Force without Black Widow.
Maybe they'll bring her back and
No, they're not going to.
Unless Scarlett Johansson signs another contract to do more movies, Black Widow is not coming back.
See, but even then, how they died, the way Black Widow died, it's tied into the story where she kind of can't come back.
I wonder what happened when Steve put the Soul Stone back.
Like it's not like Tony Stark where it's like, oh, he died taking this very powerful impact from the Infinity Stone. Somebody can find a way to bring him back. Or Steve is just old as dirt. She died because she gave her life to get an Infinity Stone to beat Thanos. For Thanos to stay dead, she has to stay dead. And with who we have currently in our cast of female characters, a lot of them are strong, but they don't have leadership qualities yet. They just don't, and I don't.
I give it to at the very most, I could give it to Valkyrie, Carol, or the Wasp.
The Wasp is a stretch.
Not the team yet. She's only ever really worked with
Yeah.
her dad or Scott. She's never worked with a large team of other people, and specifically other egos all bumping heads at the same time.
Yeah. Doesn't Captain Marvel have a big ego?
Comics, yes. Movie.
Captain
Comic,
Marvel has
yeah.
a big ego in the comics. In the MCU, Captain Marvel doesn't have a lot of anything because her personality is kind of as dry as plastic. So
She's plank.
It's as dry
All
as
right,
Ben
well-
Shapiro's.
We can go into a whole rant about how Captain Marvel was betrayed, but I'm gonna end this thing before something goes wrong. So
would be
I'll
interesting.
have y'all say your goodbyes
Second
first.
time. This is the Thunder Nerd signing off. See y'all in 2 weeks.
This is Sir Lionheart signing off for a second time today.
For a second
Exactly.
time.
Once again, I leave to go.
You know when she figures it out.
Maybe we'll have an update next week. We'll tweet about it.
Real deal, Eric
Being a thorn in people's. That's what I'm good at.
We'll write a tweet about it. Go on, Eric.
Be a thorn in their ankles.
And I'm your host, Arm Alexander, and thank you so much for watching / listening. And we will be back in 2 weeks for actually our next bracket challenge, which is Nickelodeon animated shows. So
shit.
yep.
Some shit.
So
Wow.
yeah.
I can't pull Nadia in here. If I feel like I'm gonna add Nadia to this bracket, SpongeBob's just gonna win.
All right. So we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.